Good evening, John Patterson from Green Township. I really appreciate what the last gentleman just said. I'm not going to reiterate all his concerns and what the current system's capable of, but I do want to reiterate one thing. It's not the camera, it's the database. It's the database that reveals who we are, what we do, who our friends are, who our associates are, and how we choose to conduct and live our lives. With all due respect to District Attorney Brink, there is a piece of case law he did not cite, and that has to do with the placement of GPS trackers on personal vehicles. That has been found, I know, in several states, and I believe in federal courts, to require a judicial warrant. So to track my car from place to place for a period of time normally requires a judicial warrant. And by creating a database of lots of points of light, if you will, around our community, we're essentially putting trackers on all of our cars at all times. What can that be used for? Well, in the case recently in Wisconsin, the law enforcement chose to use the record of this individual going back and forth across state lines to the state of Michigan, where marijuana was legal. And I know we all know we're very close to a state line with a state where marijuana is also legal in Maryland. And what happened was they used the fact that he moved back and forth across these state lines freely to stop his vehicle, execute a search for drugs, found drugs which were illegal in his home state, and charged him with illegal possession of marijuana. And I wonder how far away we are from that in Franklin County, being close to the state of Maryland. More so, District Attorney Brink mentioned our cell phones, which courts thankfully have held really reveal everything about us, and they do. Whether we're all educated about what Google Gemini or other AI tools scrape and reveal about our lives is up to us. It's a choice. A camera monitoring us in public is not the same type of choice, in my opinion. And the reason I wanted to mention the camera is the slippery slope this is on. The Texas Public Safety Department recently purchased 4 SUVs. What was interesting about them wasn't so much the SUV with all the regular communications and other information on them. They cost a couple $100,000. These SUVs cost $1 million a piece. Why did they cost $1 million? They incorporate a piece of technology from Israel, which is an enhanced Stingray system. Okay, this system doesn't just pretend to be a cell site. It literally scrapes as much data from your phone as it possibly can. It'll pretend to be, offer Wi-Fi connections. It'll offer a cellular phone connection, and it's going to reveal a lot of information about you. When we talk about Flock and its transparency, I stand on the facts. Flock is having a conference this week in Atlanta. They have had journalists banned from the hotel where it's occurring. The only people allowed to enter to hear the presentations are law enforcement personnel. And what we've seen already is we know of over 100 instances in our country where license plate reader data has been misused by law enforcement. Finally, I wanted to mention one thing that I really haven't heard a lot in the discussions about Flock and license plate readers, and it's actually the polls. I know where there is one reader, at least I observe one. It's at the corner of US 11 and 997. It's a light pole in front of the Sheets in Green Village. There, a flock camera is attached to a regular light pole. That's great. But where we see a lot of flock poles, we see this black pole set in the ground. And that pole is extremely dangerous to us. The reason PennDOT and the Federal Department of Transportation mandate breakaway poles is for safety of drivers, passerbys, and people that live in the area. When you hit a speed limit sign at speed, that instantly shears off. The sign rises up in the air, your vehicle passes underneath, and you're relatively unscathed. When you hit a 1/4-inch steel pipe, it's going to cause tremendous damage to your vehicle, and you're going to create a spear, which can damage people and injure people inside the car and elsewhere. And so what I would ask your commissioners to do, and I'd ask Sheriff Scheitz to do, is to conduct an audit of these, at least the ones on public roadways, and remove the ones that pose a danger to drivers and pedestrians. Thank you so much.